Hi guys, how's it going? I'm here sat with the wonderful observer here at Gfinity G3. We're in London's Copperbox arena at the moment. FunKa, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Kind of tired, but I'm enjoying the tournament so far.
I mean, it's been a little bit of an epic run today. We're actually sat here talking before the finals even begin, so your job isn't actually over yet. But you seem to still just about be full of energy. I mean, you don't look like you're about to collapse or anything. You're keeping your energy levels up. Is that just purely down to the half sugar, half coffee I've been hearing you've been having all day? Or what's the secret there?
Yeah, the secret is mainly sugar and caffeine. I haven't had proper food since this morning, so right now I'm like on a sugar rush, sugar/caffeine rush. So I'm dropping everything I have in my hands. But basically, yeah, just, keep on being focused and listen to the cast, being like, if you enjoy the game, you still, you get to still be focused, I think.
Pop question, if you could eat any really good food you want after the end of today, what would it be?
So Blink has been talking to us about Nando's, like a madman. So basically, yesterday we went there, and it was amazing.
Okay.
So I want to have Nando's again.
You want to have Nando's again?
Yeah.
All right. Do you not get Nando's like that in elsewhere in Europe? Is peri peri chicken not like a big thing?
Not really. I mean, there is no Nando's in France, I don't think. I mean, that was the first time I heard about it, and that was the first time I had some, so I don't know. I think I heard Harsem talking about it, so maybe there is in Holland, but not in France.
Right. Fair enough. Well, a little bit of Britishness there, I guess. People in England do actually quite love their Nando's. But back to Starcraft for a little bit. Everyone in the international community, of course, knows you as basically one of the best observers in the world. Talk to us briefly about your history and what happened and then becoming an observer. But then after that, I'd like to also talk about, well, what do you do outside of observing as well? What do you do that maybe people don't necessarily know about?
Okay, so about the observing stuff, originally I started with Iron Squid 1, so I was supposed to be there as a spectator, and 2 weeks before the event, they figured out that they needed an observer, and it was in 2012, so it wasn't like every single tournament didn't have an observer back then, and they needed someone, so they asked me, I said yes. Did Iron Squid 1, Iron Squid 2, and then since I was working with the English stream on Iron Squid 2, they asked me to do WCS, and then IEM, DreamHacks, and blah, blah, blah. I was available, they needed someone, and I think I proved myself, so that's how it started.
Great. And outside of observing, what else do you do in the StarCraft community, or even beyond as well? Talk to us a bit about that.
So French audience knows me as a caster too. I work with Gaming, so the ones that produced Iron Squid, and recently Nation Wars. So basically 10 days ago I was on stage casting Nation Wars 2, which was a blast. So Norway won twice in a row, so Nation Wars 1 and Nation Wars 2, which is a great story, I think. So basically a lot of casting, mostly in French. And that's about it around the esports scene. I mean, just doing casting and observing. I used to play before, back in 2010, 2011, what you would call a semi-professional gamer. I made a little bit of money, but I wasn't that great.
Was that all StarCraft as well, or did you play other games?
I've got a long history with esports. I've been into esports since I'd say 12. I started playing Brood War back then I transitioned into Warcraft 3 that I really loved and I really miss. And at the beginning of Starcraft II, I had an access to the beta, and I was like, this is the time you get to be a pro gamer. So, try your best. And that didn't work really well, but I get to meet a lot of people. I really enjoyed the scene, so I just figured out I want to stay into esports. What can I do? What do people like? What do people need? And I, picked up casting and observing afterwards.
That's absolutely awesome. And so I'm guessing now, of course, you're full-time into esports for over a year now, I guess, and you've successfully made it into making your livelihood esports. Yeah. Have you thought about actually what are next steps for you from here? Or you're observing and you're casting in French. Is there anything else you particularly want to do? Are there any other games that you actually want to get into as well? Tell us a little bit about your interests and where you see yourself.
Well, for now, StarCraft is the best game for me. So I'm really enjoying mostly working. Yeah, mostly working with it. But I have to admit, I'm a huge fan of Dota 2. Also, like back in Warcraft 3 days, everybody that was playing 1v1, they were all like, Dota is for noobs. You only get to control one hero. This is really bad. Blah blah blah. And then Dota 2 came out. I tried it and I really enjoyed it. So I would see myself maybe transitioning into Dota 2 in any way, actually, observing or casting in French or blah blah blah. But yeah, mostly Starcraft 2, and I would like to stay into the scene on Starcraft 2 until the end, I think.
Are you as excited as I am for the possible introduction of Goblin Techies?
Yes. Yes, I didn't get to play it because I didn't play any original Warcraft 3 Dota, but no, I didn't. I told you that noobs were playing Dota. True men, they were playing 1v1.
True men were playing pre-patch 1.09 Caster Rush with the orcs, right?
No, please no. But yeah, I didn't get to see it live. Like I didn't get to play it on the original Dota. But every single guy that I'm playing with that used to play Dota are like, techies, man, techies. Everybody is getting excited about it. So, as a matter of fact, I'm starting to get excited about it.
I was one of those trolls in the game as well. I know exactly what they mean. It's going to be great.
Okay. So basically, you can make yourself explode and like kill everybody else, like something like.
Why would anyone else kill you when you can do a perfectly adequate job of doing it yourself? I don't understand it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. Any predictions now for the final? I mean, you've gotten the first-hand seat in seeing these players come through the tournament because you're deciding what the audience sees at home. We have two pretty great players here. I mean, we have Hyun going up against Bunny. Mm-hmm. How do you fancy Bunny's chances? Hyun on paper might be the favorite, but Bunny's played a great tournament. Yeah,
Bunny has been really amazing, and actually him winning against Snoot in the semi was quite a shock to me because originally I thought that Snoot would take the tournament. That's what I thought, actually. And so yeah, I don't know about its chances though because Hyun has so much experience. I think he would have been even harder against MC because every time there's money on the line, MC tends to be even better. That's what he does. Like that's why he's the most winning player in Starcraft 2. But I would say maybe something like 4-2 to Hyun. I think Bunny has a chance to score at least 1 or 2 maps, but I don't see him winning, sadly.
All right, well, we'll see how that ends up panning out. Thanks very much for chatting to me today. Any shout-outs, anything you'd like to mention to your fans worldwide who might not always see you on a day-to-day basis in tournaments? Something to say to them as well.
Well, thanks for the support. Like every time I do an event, I've got lots of tweets going on about, me doing a decent job, actually. So thank you guys. Big shout-out to O-Gaming, my best pals. And that's about it.
Great. Well, thank you very much for joining me, FunKa, and best of luck observing the finals. We're all interested to see what's going to happen. We'll see you guys later.